Before I begin this story, I want you to do something important. If you believe parents are a true blessing, then please like this video, leave a comment, and follow this page. Because today's story will touch your heart and remind you of something we often forget. In the city of Banjul, there lived a humble man named Musa. He was 55 years old, with gray hair, a thin beard, and a tired body that carried the weight of many years of hard work. Musa was poor, but he was proud of the one thing he owned, a small, old house near the fishing port. The walls were cracked, the paint was fading, and the roof sometimes leaked during the rainy season, but it was his home. And in that small home, Musa raised his only child, Lamin, a bright young man full of dreams. Lamin always wanted more in life. He did not want to remain in poverty. He often told his father, "Papa, one day I will travel abroad. I will work hard, and I will make you proud." When he spoke, his eyes shined with hope, and Musa believed in him. Even though Musa had nothing except a small house, his biggest treasure was his son's happiness. He prayed every night, asking God to help Lamin succeed. One day, Lamin came home with great excitement. He showed his father an application for a visa. "Papa," he said, "this is my chance, but I need money for the flight, for documents, and for my stay. Without money, I cannot go." Musa's heart grew heavy. He looked around his small home. He had no savings, no land, nothing he could sell except the house they lived in. That night, Musa did not sleep. He sat on a wooden chair, staring at the walls of the only home he had known for many years. Memories came back: his late wife cooking in the kitchen, Lamin playing as a child in the yard, laughter that once filled the rooms. Selling this house would mean giving up all those memories. But he thought of his son's future, and with tears in his eyes, Musa whispered, "If this is the only way, then I will do it." The next day, Musa called buyers. They inspected the house, offered him money, and signed the papers. With shaky hands, Musa gave away his home. When Lamin heard, he was overjoyed. "Papa, you're the best father in the world," he shouted. Musa smiled weakly, hiding his pain. That night, father and son slept on the floor, as the house now belonged to another family. But Musa's heart was at peace because he believed he had given his son a future. When the day came for Lamin to travel, Musa walked him to the airport. He carried his son's bag, even though his back hurt. At the gate, Musa hugged him tightly, tears rolling down his cheeks. "My son," he whispered, "don't forget me. Remember that everything I had, I gave to you." Lamin nodded quickly, too excited to leave. Then he walked away, and Musa stood there, watching the plane take off until it disappeared into the clouds. At first, Lamin called often. He told his father about his new life abroad. He spoke of big buildings, new clothes, and the money he was starting to earn. Musa listened with joy, proud that his sacrifice was not wasted. But slowly, the calls became less frequent. Weeks turned into months, months into years. Sometimes Musa waited by a borrowed phone, dialing Lamin's number, but no one answered. He began to wonder if his son still remembered him. Meanwhile, life became very hard for Musa. Without his house, he had nowhere to stay. Some nights, he slept under mango trees. Other nights, kind neighbors allowed him to rest in their compounds. He grew thin, his clothes became worn, but he never complained. Whenever someone asked about his son, he smiled and said, "He is abroad, working hard. One day, he will return, and all of this will change." Deep down, he prayed every day for that reunion. Years passed. Lamin grew rich in Europe. He bought suits, cars, and shared pictures of his success on social media. Friends praised him, strangers admired him, but he never spoke of his father who had sacrificed everything for him. Musa saw the photos once from a neighbor's phone, and tears filled his eyes. "That is my son," he whispered proudly, even though his son no longer answered his calls. One sunny afternoon in Banjul, news spread that Lamin had returned home. He arrived in a shiny black car, wearing gold rings and sunglasses, surrounded by friends. People gathered in the streets to see him. When Musa heard, his weak old heart jumped with joy. He rushed to the crowd, his legs trembling, his eyes full of tears. There he saw his son, looking powerful and rich, stepping out of the car. With all his strength, Musa pushed through the crowd and reached out his arms. "Lamin, my son, it is me, your father," he cried. But to his shock, Lamin turned away. He looked at his father coldly, as if he was a stranger. In front of everyone, he said, "I don't know this old man. Keep him away from me." The crowd gasped. People were shocked at Lamin's words. Musa stood frozen, his arms still stretched, his tears falling on the dusty ground. He had given everything for this son, his house, his comfort, his life, and now he was rejected like a beggar. Slowly, Musa lowered his hands, his body shaking with pain. He turned away, walking back under the same mango tree where he often slept. That night, Musa sat under the stars, whispering prayers. His heart was broken, but still full of love. "God," he said softly, "I gave everything for my child. I asked for nothing in return. Just protect him, even if he forgets me." Parents can give you everything, even when they have nothing. Never forget their sacrifice. Never turn your back on them. So if you're watching this right now, I want you to comment, "I love my dad," and share this story with your friends.